ITC Doyle again reporting for Impartner. Today we're talking lessons from the edge with Impartner customers. With me today is Joe Rocchio. Joe is the Vice President of Operations at Rectangle Health. Joe, welcome.
Thanks for having me, TC. Appreciate it.
I want to first ask you a little bit about Rectangle Health, the company's mission, and tell us a little bit about your professional background.
We focus on the patient payment process. First, making sure that the doctor gets paid on time for services rendered, but also making it pleasurable for the patient to pay, make it a great customer experience overall for the patient.
Today, we're talking digital transformation. A lot of companies are going through this. A lot of companies are plowing their way into it. And that includes you guys with some world-class ideas. So tell us a little about your company's go-to-market strategy and how partners factor in.
Sure. So Rectangle Health's practice management bridge is attractive to healthcare market because we focus on patient payments, increasing revenue for the practices, and it interfaces with every practice management system our technology does. So the attitude and the goal is to have our practice management bridge, or we affectionately call it bridge, in every medical and dental practice across the United States. To do this to scale, we need partners to understand the value we bring to every practice, and then have access to those practices. And then to amplify our message, right? And so we really rely on partners to do that to scale.
So let's talk about some of those business challenges at organizations like you. What were they, and how did you think that automation could help?
Yeah, so we went through an extensive digital transformation a few years ago. When I entered the company, we had some old school processes. We were a very paper-based organization, and so through the last 3 years, we went through an implementation process where we unified a CRM. We implemented call automation, contract automation, marketing automation, and integrated third-party systems. And so there was a big lift. And to do that in 3 years, I've come from, in my career, I've come from these large organizations where it takes, a decade to do that type of work. And we did it, we were proud to do it in just a few years. And with that, the challenges of implementing additional technology is we had to fit, if we choose a partner to do that, it had to fit our approach, right? Whether it be fundamental, right, in terms of what our goals were, functional, easy to navigate, flexible, customizable, and seamless to integrate into other platforms. And I think that's why we chose Salesforce.com as our main CRM platform. And as we look to layer in partners, they really need to fit that roadmap.
Good. Well, we're glad that obviously that we're a complement for Salesforce. And in fact, Impartner, we're the world leader in PRM. But what a lot of people don't know about us is that we often are working across the aisle with Salesforce and their CRM projects. So drill down a little bit more. How did you approach your search to find your PRM provider? And what was the channel journey like with us at Impartner?
Sure. Yeah. So the journey was a little long, right? We knew we needed something, but we just started bringing in some partner business and really accelerating our partner channel. And so we went to Dreamforce and we talked to a few partners, engaging a few partners. I hate the word vendors, right? It's a dirty word, and I make sure my teams don't use that word. What I mean by that is when we engage with a technology partner, it's all about being on the same page, being true partners in the relationship. And so when we went to Dreamforce, we really connected with Impartner because they took the time in a busy environment like Dreamforce to understand our needs. They did a nice little demo for us, but then said, let's continue the conversation because we really want to understand your business. And that's what we really attracted us to Impartner to engage us further on our journey to build a platform.
Well, I don't know what's more amazing, the fact that you were able to navigate your way through the jugglers, the rock bands, and everything at Dreamforce, or the fact that you were able to find the right solution amid that sea of opportunity and demos. But we're glad that you did. So let's talk about some of the ways in which automation helps you guys amplify what you're doing.
Automation just simply allows us to scale quicker, right? Partners have an easy way to record leads and opportunities. And get access to data that drives results, and that's what we had envisioned when we thought about a partner portal, and we had to pitch it to the executive team, right? So I think what a portal will do and what it has done for our partner initiatives is really get them excited about entering deals in and seeing where those deals go.
You look at a demo, you implement, you talk with the technology people, and you're just praying to God to have a couple of capabilities. So let's talk about those new capabilities. Which new capabilities do you have thanks to your investment into partner automation technology?
Yeah, so it really starts with gaining the ability to onboard the partner quickly, right? So giving them the access to marketing materials, to learning and develop materials, which we're really happy about. The platform is so robust that you just don't want to think about deal entry. You want to think about, do I have education materials on my products and services to share with the partner? Do I have marketing materials they can use, right? They can benefit them to amplify the message, right? So all of those things, not just deal management and deal entry, but all of those things we were able to connect to the portal. And that were important to us and from a capability standpoint.
At the end of the day, do you think having this technology gives you a competitive edge in your market?
Oh, absolutely. Right. So we're a successful small company that's rapidly growing. When we look at our peers and hear from other partners, what stands out to them is they immediately understand, what would benefit them as a partner. They want us to make it easy for us to do business with us, right? So they say, make it easy for me to do business with you. And we've done that. Provide data, provide transparency, help me amplify how great your technology is. And so, when we engage with a partner, they want to work with someone who can provide those tools, make it easy, listening to their needs and concerns, and have a collective goal.
Let's talk about digital transformation from an internal company standpoint. Alignment is critically important, and yet a lot of companies embark on this. Maybe it's the head of sales, maybe it's the head of channels, maybe it's even IT driven, but they lack that company-wide alignment. How important did you guys find that to be to get everybody on board, driving in the
It,
same direction and working towards one common objective?
Yeah, it's extremely important, and there's two pieces that I like to look at. One of them is really just getting executive buy-in. It's the most piece. I would say that Impartner, what I was impressed with Impartner is they really helped me personally, right? Because I had the voice to the executive team here, is to get me to help position the portal in a way that the executives understand, where we can go with this and then what the end result would be, right? So the business development folks at Impartner, the technology experts at Impartner helped me position the messaging that allowed me to go to management a number of times to make sure we get this across the line. So that was the first thing. The second thing is internally, right? Aligning the stakeholders internally, engaging with the business development folks that talk to the partners to say, what do you need, right? Is this going to meet your needs? And if it's not, let's talk about if it's a customization of the portal, what type of data do you need to see to grow the business, to manage reporting and dashboarding and so forth. So it's engaging with internal partners to understand all the needs and from a building perspective, and then obviously the influencing the executive team to back it financially.
Well, you forgot the third one, those Rocchio light guns. I'm sure they come into play sometimes. Get people focused on what they need to. All right, let's jump ahead. When you look ahead, what's going on in your mind in terms of the next steps in the automation journey?
Sure. So what's next is really looking at the Intel Plus tool that Impartner has provided on top of the portal. I think anytime you work with a partner, it's all about transparency, and what will excite a partner is seeing the growth of the leads and opportunities they bring into the business. And so to amplify that, to show that in a creative way, especially to leadership doesn't want to go through spreadsheets, right? They want to see a visual representation of how things are going. They want to be able to look at it in a few minutes and understand, or a few seconds for that matter, and understand where the growth is, where the challenges are, right? And so the Intel Plus tool is going to provide that to us. And so we're currently building that out, customizing it to our partners' needs. And I think that's the next really stage of, and we're excited about to bring to our partners.
Good. Okay, so we're going to get back to Dreamforce eventually. We're going to walk up and down the aisles. We're going to dodge the rock bands, the jugglers, the throngs of people. And we're probably going to bump into fellow professionals and practitioners like you. And they're going to say, Joe, what advice would you give somebody embarking on this digital transformation journey with partner automation?
Sure, and I'm very opinionated on that subject because I do have peers in the industry that ask me regularly, how did you go through the digital transformation in such a quick amount of time, and how is it that effective already in your business in that short amount of time? And I always tell them, have a clear vision, right? Have a clear vision for where you want to go, how it will impact the business, and have a plan on how to get there, right? And really be thoughtful about that. Easier said than done. But if you take the time to figure it out, it's going to go a lot smoother for you rather than kind of figuring it out as you go. Take the time to truly understand the technology, study up. When I engage with a partner, very similar to what we did in Partner. I learned a lot about what Impartner does, right? And I went through the material, and I just didn't scan through the emails and talk to a business development person for a half hour. I really got to understand what they developed to deliver to the marketplace, and understood the technology and how it worked. I tell them to identify the resources that you'll need to get there, and be meticulous about budgeting. The last thing you want to do is go to leadership and ask for a budget, and then you're blowing out your budget because you didn't really understand the need. And so really understand, is the implementation going to come from a third party? Is Impartner going to be where along the way? And we're thankful that you guys were, and you have the resources to do that, which helped the project considerably. But you want to consider that. Choose your tech partners carefully, right? So make sure they understand your business and they're matching the solution to the need. One of the compliments I've given Impartner over this process has been that they listened to our business need. They understood our business. So when things were regurgitated back and we decided on a final solution, that I was hearing my business described in a way that made sense, and that was accurate. And that was big in terms of, putting ink on the dotted line and moving forward with Impartner. And finally, have an executive sponsor, right? Someone that's going to understands digital transformation, understands how it's going to drive growth, and understand how it's going to provide operational efficiencies.
Well, that's great to hear that we did understand your business. That's critical for success with any digital transformation project. Let's ask the question slightly differently. What would you say to professionals in your position who haven't committed to partner automation technology? What would you say that they're missing?
Yeah, I'd say listen to your partner needs, right? Talk to your partners before you launch anything, right? Figure out what they need to see. You might think they need a lot more than they do, or you might be underestimating what they want to see to encourage them to grow with you, right? Understand how automation will impact growth. So it's not just, hey, we should get this portal because it's what partners are telling us, but you should be able to understand how it's going to help you grow and be able to articulate that and show that. And then finally, make sure that you do your homework, right? Understand, again, and I say that a lot to my team members and folks that work with me on the sales operations and business operations side. Do your homework, understand the possible, and work to work how you're going to deliver that to your partners.
Fantastic. Any final thoughts?
No, I just wanted to say that it's been a great ride with Impartner. They've been a true partner to us, and again, I don't use that word vendor. Anybody that has that word in their vocabulary and is buying and purchasing B2B services, I would say get that out of your vocabulary. And if you're using it, you're probably working with the wrong folks, right? And so I'm proud to say that Impartner has been a true partner to us. Continues to check in to make sure we're meeting the needs of our partners and growing. And gaining efficiencies, and I look forward to seeing what comes next.
Yeah. Well, I heard the little tickling of the ivories, so both of us are late to another meeting. This has been fantastic. We've been talking with Joe Rocchio, the Vice President of Operations at Rectangle Health. Joe, thanks so much.
Thanks, TC. Appreciate it.
True pleasure. This is TC Doyle. Thanks for tuning in.